What's up, guys? Another reaction video regarding Zion Williamson with Five and Lido. Once again, obviously, this is presented to you by DraftKings and also Company Burger. DraftKings, use code BOOT. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Bet $5. You can bet it on UFC fights. You can bet it on basketball. You can bet it on baseball coming up. Use the promo code BOOT. $5 wins you $200. All you got to use promo code BOOT. Make sure you're 21 years or older in order to do so. Let's get into it. Okay, so we did this. I feel like this is like just a revolving cycle. So here we go. The Zion video came out a couple weeks ago about him dunking. Everyone was like, he's ready to play. He's ready to play. It's like, oh, well, he's not ready to play just yet. You kind of have to. You don't have to necessarily be in shape to dunk the basketball. So Zion started ramping up, started going 1-on-1. There have now been reports of him skipping 3-on-3 and going to 5-on-5, which no one has heard besides a couple other people. So who knows about that? Now today, Lee Anderson, Zion's stepfather, comes on the Jordy Culotta show, and Jordy's been ahead of this. Obviously, it's his source. It looks like that's been feeding him a lot of Zion Williamson information. Five, I'm gonna get your initial reaction first. Lee comes on and says a lot of things. Especially when he says Zion's right. Like, I expect him to play, and so does Zion. He says a lot of things about the city of New Orleans and how they have a good relationship and things like that. What did you take from that 17-minute interview?
Tactical. It was tactical. It was planned. It was thought out. Lee knew what he wanted to say and said what he was saying. I'm not going to be excited about something but I'm going to say something. He contradicts himself. He said, believe what people do and not what they say. You're saying a lot, but what's actually happening? What else do you want me to take from that? We've heard your voice. Can we hear Zion's voice? That would be great.
I think Jake Madison actually tweeted that. So Lito, what do you got? Because I'd like to hear it from Zion's mouth.
I feel the same way. I mean, it's kind of like, well, first, let me start. Lee's a very smart guy.
Genius.
He's very smart. In my opinion, way to put, pressure on the organization. Way to control their narrative. Like Five said, I haven't heard Zion say anything, and okay, cool. You love the city. Y'all love this. Sign the extension right now. Then sign the extension. Like let's just sign it. Let's move on. Let's kill all the outside noise.
So Christian Clark just comes out with a tweet saying, we have tried to ask Zion directly. He has declined to speak to local media since September. And we have been, and I think there's two sides to this, right? A lot of people have been wanting information from Zion's camp, whether it be Zion Williamson, whether it be the family, the camp, whatever it may be. So now you're starting to get some answers from the camp, but now people want to hear it from Zion. So I don't necessarily know if you're going to hear it from Zion, but I feel like if they would have done this, I don't know, 3 months ago, things would be a lot different.
Why didn't this happen when he went to Portland?
Well, that's what I want to dive into. Why do you think?
Because you can. He's back now. He's back with the team. He's been in the gym. He's posted a bit. Again, this is all tactical. I mean, I get it. I understand. I applaud a black male representing his son in a way that he doesn't want any harm done to his name. Nah, dude's moving like a magician. Like, he is doing what he needs to do. I am not mad at Lee Anderson at all. I am not. But I'm saying there are holes in this argument, and you continue to push a narrative, but you're contradicting yourself because you haven't put your son forward. And, even the national media is getting a hold of it, saying, hey, Zion's camp is moving in the wrong direction. I'm not here to say that, but also right. I do see some missteps in it as well.
Yeah, Lito, I want to dive in this because a lot of people are missing this, and you're a hooper and you play your whole life. Like, there's a difference between being in shape and then being in game shape, right? And I don't think Zion is there yet. You can't just take off 7 months. People are saying he's playing 5-on-5. Listen, if Christian Clark, Will Guillory, those guys ain't saying playing 5-on-5, he ain't playing 5-on-5. If he's playing 5-on-5 in the YMCA, then so be it. But he hasn't played with the guys. So, Lito, you can't just – well, I guess the point I'm trying to make is you can't just go 1-on-1, then maybe 3-on-3, then jump into an NBA basketball game.
Can't just show up.
No.
You can't just put out a dunk video than play in an NBA game. Like the conditioning is totally different, and we saw that from I'm not trying to shit on him, but we saw that from summer league, right? When he played in summer league to moving forward to playing in the NBA, like his conditioning wasn't there, right? Whether it was mental or physical, however Coach K put it, that he shouldn't be playing. But nah, man, you can't just do that. And like to your point, Justin, you said that Christian Clark, had reached out to Zion for interviews. That shit is wild to me. Like you could control the narrative however you wanted to control it, right? You have local reporters. Like, why are you going to? No disrespect to Jordy, because he's getting all the plugs. Like that's fire. Salute to you. But like, why not talk to the people affiliated with the team, surrounding the team, like actually in the city, and Zion stepdad said that like Zion has been, he loves the city. He's been doing this. He's been doing that. He's been like, what? Who's getting that? Like, who? How do we know that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, and like,
feels like
Jordy's doing a
work.
great thing, and they had that relationship because Jordy and Lee have had that relationship since 2019, and Jordy does a great job up there at the Jordy Culotta show, and it's just interesting, Five, that no one will talk to New Orleans reporters. Like, I'm not, once again, it's not like this. He's out in Baton Rouge, does an incredible job up there, but why won't they talk to Christian Clark, to Will Guillory, to Schmidt, to Jake Matt, to all you name all these guys? What do you like? What is your thought, Five?
Because you know why Baton Rouge is the I guess the outsource. Like, I'm saying, it could still reach a national level without being New Orleans if they could just give it to Baton Rouge. Like, I get it. I just think he's missing what he could do. Exactly what he's doing now, he can just do it here. Like he didn't need to go to Baton Rouge. Like, that's saying something about the New Orleans supporters, or the New Orleans area isn't rallying around. He had to go all the way to Baton Rouge. Like, there'll be an hour drive, but he's doing that, and I think he's burning said bridges. that bridge to get to Baton Rouge. All right, that was stupid, but how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, I just want y'all's honest opinion, because I already have my opinion, and I don't think he does. But do you see Zion Williamson this year?
You go first.
I can't believe you're thinking about it.
Like, I don't think so.
Can you repeat that? Wait, no. Can you repeat that?
Will Zion Williamson?
That's
fine. Will Zion Williamson play a basketball game this year for the New Orleans Pelicans?
In my opinion, no. Like, no. How could he? Again, you don't go from 1-on-1 to 3-on-3s to no. He should not play basketball this season for the New Orleans Pelicans.
All right, I'm gonna counter argue this. They already set the precedent that he could. He showed up to the beginning of the season out of shape. He showed up to the bubble out of shape and still averaged 27 and 7. You already let me do it. Why you not let me do it now? That's the issue. You gave him too much power to begin with. I'm not saying power.
Did you break your foot before? No, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, that's part of it. Like, he broke his foot, and he's saying that he's healthy, so he's like, I'm back to a regular scheduled program. Let me do what I've always done. I can average 27 and 7, not even in shape.
Yeah, that's how good of a basketball player he is, and I just think that once again, I want to see Zion on the court. I just don't think it's the right time. The team's gelling, and this has always been a distraction. I just don't think it's the right time to put Zion Williamson, and you have this team gelling. The team hasn't been this close, not only together on the court, but off the court with, the fan interactions and all, and the buzz around the city. And then I feel like Zion's just kind of a distraction right now, unfortunately. But moving forward, it's nice to see Zion wanting to be here according to his
Yo, Justin.
Yeah.
Justin.
I'm listening.
I feel like this. I feel like everything you just said, I 100% agree with. I think that, like you said, the team is gelling. It's something to be said about chemistry, right?
Yes.
And if a source hasn't been included in the mix the whole time, like what you have going on right now, you don't want to fuck that up. Like, you don't want to add another. Granted, Zion is Zion, bro. I would love to see Zion hoop. That's so, like, I'm not saying that if people are hearing that, I want to see Zion hoop, but I want him to hoop under the right circumstances. Like let's do everything right. Like come back the right way. 5-on-5s, like practice with the team. Like we don't need you to come back and just be a superstar. Like Brandon Ingram is there, CJ is there. We don't need you to put us on your back anymore.
Right. I mean, because I just think of Anthony Davis because I've been following him obviously the last couple of weeks with him when he come back to the play-in. But AD went through like 5-on-5 practice. He was cleared. He was ready to go. Zion, we still don't like. We know for a fact that Zion hasn't played 5-on-5 with the Pelicans. I don't know if he hasn't played 5-on-5 with the YMCA with his guys. Like maybe he has, but he hasn't played 5-on-5 with the actual team. and Jarrett, there are certain, as you said, Lito, chemistry. Once again, he's never played with Herb Jones. He's never played with CJ McCollum. He's never played with Jonas Valanciunas. He's never played with Jose Alvarado. There's a lot of people he hasn't played with. Once again, I bring this up all the time. He probably hasn't practiced an offensive set or scheme or defensive scheme all year. So you can't just be like, yep, Zion, you're ready to play.
No. And
He's
I don't
never
think
got coached by Willie Green.
Yeah, and that's he's never played under Willie Green.
There's so many, not negatives, but like there's so many things going against it. Like, bro, just get healthy. Like nobody's asking you to. Like we're on the precipice of making the play-in. Again, we actually play the Kings tonight. Very, very important information that we should probably be talking about. Play the Kings tonight to clinch a play-in spot.
Right.
Like we should be talking about that. This is just adding another distraction to something that our goal is to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
we're trying to get in.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It feels like, and I don't know if this is 100% the case, man, but it just feels like that interview is working against us because that interview is taking away from the goodwill that we're doing, from the progress we've made as a team. Now you're focusing, it's on Zion. It's 100% Zion. And that's not team shit. You don't do that, especially when his stepdad says he sees a bright future in New Orleans. Like he said some very competent things, said some smart things as far as like working in their favor. But like in the end, it's still all about controlling the narrative about how Zion looks.
Yeah, and I think it's a big deal that the Christian Clark thing's interesting because obviously Christian came out with the piano thing and they had that whole media day fiasco. So and Zion's protected by that clause, right? If you're hurt, you don't have to talk to the media. So I wonder who Zion would talk to. But once again, Zion doesn't have to talk to literally next year. Zion can go radio silence again for another 6 months.
And I don't know if Lee thinks that that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like I don't.
If Zion would talk, like how I'm going to cut you off, Five, but we freaked out because Zion went to church on a Sunday. I mean, we were like, Zion's back in the city. It was great. He went to Petco or whatever it was, and it was awesome. And I love seeing Zion in New Orleans, invest in the franchise and in the city. And I have no doubt that he's a great dude. I just think that this is a situation he's never been a part of. He's always been the best on the floor, the most athletic. Everything was always handed to him. And now he's starting to, I feel like, face adversity for the first time in his life, and he doesn't know how to handle it. So his stepdad is handling everything, and he's controlling the whole narrative.
Hey, man, I'm not here to say Zion he hadn't had a adverse situation. I'm not here to discuss.
I'm talking about on the basketball court.
Yeah, basketball wise. But I'm saying I want to know if Zion got a New Orleans accent. I would know. I would know certain words he said would pop out to me because he's been around, like he's been here. But I don't know that. I don't know what Zion sounds like anymore. I don't know the way he walks or talk. Like I don't know. I don't know what he does. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to see Zion Williamson play basketball, speak, represent the city. If he doesn't say anything, how can you be a representation of that? Because I know a lot of New Orleans cats. They're not quiet. They're not like that. You can't be a representation of something like that being quiet. That doesn't go well. That doesn't intertwine. Like you have to be visible. You have to be like people have to be able to touch you. Pause. Like that's a given. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like that's a given.
Like his stepdad mentioned Memphis in an interview, and that kind of stuck out to me because it's like, all right, well, you paying attention to what Memphis doing and how Ja has a pulse. You know what I'm saying? He has his finger on the pulse of Memphis culture, how he's embraced the city. And yet, like, you won't do interviews with reporters in the city so we can get a feel of just like where you at, like mentally. Yo, Zion could literally put out the whole time he's been going. He could have put out. He could have went IG live and just be like, "Yo, man, look, I miss being around. Like I miss being in the city. Like I see y'all. Like I can't wait to get back to y'all." This shit is so simple. Like it's simple what we talking about. This is elementary, like Brandon 101. You know what I'm saying? And again, no diss to his stepdad, no diss to him, because we all want to see Zion play. We all want to see Zion play. But I don't feel like this interview today gave me anything, like honestly.
But let me be on the other side, because I completely agree with you, but let me be on the other side, because there was that whole complaining of like, well, no one's talking. Someone talked today. Somebody did talk. Listen, I know you're reacting. Somebody talked from the camp today, and he cleared up a lot of different things. He said, I don't know what you're talking about. We're investing in the city. We like New Orleans. I'm with y'all. I'm just saying there's a lot of people on the other side of the fence. Like, well, you had it one way. You're kind of bitching, complaining about how no one's talked. Somebody's now talking. Go ahead, 5.
No, but it's the other way. Like you can't have it both ways, man. You gotta.
It's the other way. Yeah.
There's a lot of ways. It's just, I just want Zion to be healthy. Lee can say, listen, I'm a big guy. You can talk all you want, but I gotta see it. And like, the dunk video was cool. Like that's awesome. But like, I want to see you on the court. Like, let's see it. I mean, I want to see you participating in 5-on-5s inside the Pelicans facility, not with your boys or whatever. I want to see 5-on-5. You're investing stuff like that. You can give me that. I'm happy. I'm still happy. I'm happy right now. I mean, we're about to make the playing game. I don't give a shit. Like, man, I'm happy. I literally have a cigar and whiskey lined up. I'm going to smoke it tonight to celebrate us clinching a playing game at the 9th seed. That's how happy I am. Crazy.
Sign the extension.
Closing remarks.
Sign the extension. Sign the extension.
That's it.
You show and prove. Sign the extension. Come back in shape. You know what I'm saying? Be in the city. Be with us. Take a page out of CJ's book. Go to local restaurants. Talk about it. Talk about, I don't know, like bring goodwill to the city. Maybe I don't. You know what? And maybe he is, but I don't know because he won't say anything.
Right. 5, go ahead.
Yeah, he could have pulled up to the little baby and Rob 49 shoot. He could have did that. Like, there was so many opportunities for him. We just want to see you, bro. That's all. That's all we want to do. We want to see and hear your voice and be like, all right, man, you're good. What you got going on? When you go to the barbershop, they ask you that. What you getting? Oh, man, Z, what's up, baby? How you doing? That's what people want to do. They just want to see you.
That's the New Orleans accent right there. By the way, 5, I was caught off guard with the baby cakes hat you got going here. I can't. That's New Orleans through and through. So once again, 5, Lido, thanks for joining Justin and I with Pro Pels Talk, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app right now. Also, shout out Company Burger, located 4600 Ferret Street. We are going to be podcasting a full podcast tomorrow, and we're going to go from there. But from now on, it's clear Zion Williamson, allegedly according to Lee Anderson, is invested and likes the city. So it is what it is. Hopefully we get to hear from him soon. Signing off. I'll talk to y'all later.